There's some. Have you changed the actual games
Yeah,
that we got wrong?
we haven't got the ones that we've got wrong. They're obviously already in, and then we're just done the last ones, the last games that are in. I've just changed to the last games that are to come.
Yeah.
Because I had like Freo. I just went automatic Freo, Carlton, and Sydney to beat any team that's not in the top 12. And then all the other ones we already had matchups for them.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
Was it round 17?
18.
18, yeah.
Oh.
G'day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. I'm one of your hosts, Taz. Next to me, we've got the Woogirl, Egi.
Let's go.
And then next to him, we got the wettest bloke going around, Moisty, and hashtag Todd.
Hey, what's going on, boys? How are we?
It's an early crow. He put off 2 this weekend.
Did I? I didn't know. I didn't put off any. I said
did.
Carlton were coming, but they never come. And
Yeah, as soon as you said it, they stopped.
Yep, absolutely.
Carlton just no good.
And you're like,
Whatever-
Essendon go to second.
Whatever tricks you use in the bedroom, Moisty, keep it away from the footy teams, all right?
Keep it away, mate.
How
I
are we,
did say
boys?
Essendon they looked good. They did look good, but no.
Nah.
I'm good, mate. I'm good, and you?
Beautiful. I am good. Eggie, how's your weekend?
Very well, thank you.
Fantastic.
Back to work. Yeah, not hungover this week.
No,
Yeah.
I was good to go.
I think we're all a bit bubbly tonight. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I worked Saturday, so I was fresh as a daisy, and then bang, straight into Sunday.
Love it, mate. Love it. Welcome, Jolie. Welcome to the stream. All right, another show tonight. We've cover off the round 18 results. jump into Moisty's minute, followed up by Eggy's deep dive. Then we've got your questions, the viewer questions, and last of all, we'll go through the tipping results. So,
and Eggy's deep dive, we're going to have our ladder tonight, so we'll see where we've got them finishing. We've already buggered up a few boys by the look of it. You boys too Collingwood favourable when we were tipping last week.
only one, but yeah.
I think so, but that is okay. Do you want to do the next bit, Moisty?
Yeah, don't forget, of course, always, if you haven't, like our Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, which Taz is in charge of the Instagram. He's been trying to get me going on there for a while, but I keep forgetting. Like those, don't forget to follow and like this video too.
And just for you, Artie, I've wore a hat tonight, mate. I don't know if you're in chat yet, but
should be if you're not.
you might be able to see it.
And always, we've got our shop too. If you want any merch, I think it'll probably be next season now. We look at the extended merch. We've left our run a bit too late, but we've got some hats and jumpers on there.
It takes longer to get into it than I thought.
No, it takes a mile longer. We might have to shut down that store over the break and then relaunch it with a bit more stuff.
No shutdown. Just keep it going.
No shutdown. Just let it run.
We will be right. But I went to look at the results. They're gone.
No, they're not. They weren't there because of the late game.
No, we didn't know. Yeah,
we're waiting for that last game. And now
that's all right.
The show started. I was like, oh shit! I'm trying to clip it while we're doing it now. But
no, you're right, mate. I've got this. We've got the Collingwood and Cats first game of the round. 71 Collingwood, 91 to Geelong, and I think we got that one wrong too, boys. I was the only one that was following Geelong, and you boys were all over Collingwood.
Yeah.
Yes. Considering Pies' injuries, I still think they played okay. A couple of things I took from the game. Nakos is becoming very hard to tag. He had Atkins on him all night, and he still ended up with over 30 disposals and was pretty damaging.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how he thought damaging. His disposal efficiency was like 24%.
Second half feels pretty damaging though. First half, not so much.
Damaging, yeah, but he's getting a lot of the ball. But it used to be, and this is how you stop him. It's the same as Gary Ablett. This is how you used to stop him. You let him get the ball inboard. Don't let him on the outside. You let him get it to players, and the players on his outside aren't as damaging as him. Yeah. That's what they're doing. They're letting him go into the contest and not letting him break out of the contest. And I think that's where he can have 30 touches as long as they're inside, not outside touches.
But that's also where he's getting his contested possessions from now. So you hear everyone say that he doesn't get that he's getting the hard ball now. It's because he's got a man hanging off him every minute.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. It's because he has to get the hard ball because he can't get easy ball anymore, which is good. Right. That's what he's got to do. But the players outside him, I think, need to become silkier now.
Oh, definitely. But Eggy, you went to this game, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
What were your thoughts?
Well, you don't get to see. I didn't get to hear a lot of the calls and that, but I thought it was a pretty good game. They just ran out of legs, and I noticed that Long sort of passed it around in the back line a bit. It felt like it was tiring us out a bit. There was some controversial calls. A lot of people are worried about Stengel. He went to take a bounce or something and bounced the ball, and then was mid tackle, but it wasn't mid tackle. I had a look. He just got pushed. It wasn't actually a tackle, so it was fine to retake it and take the shot, and he got the goal.
But even if you bounce the ball, if you get tackled while bouncing the ball, it's called dropping the ball.
Just got to have a touch on you. No, it doesn't matter if you're touching the person and they bounce the ball. That's holding the ball. You cannot let go of it while someone has a fingertip on you. That's the rule.
Yeah. So it definitely should have been a free kick then.
Yeah. Well, so
even the commentators said that it was only got pushed in the slide. That wasn't a tackle.
It doesn't matter when you bounce the ball. You can't bounce the ball while another player has a hand on you. It's classified as dropping the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I actually did think that the umpires were quite Geelong biased.
I did, but I'm also Collingwood biased too.
Oh, I must have been watching a different game because I thought they were all right.
No, there was a few calls. I think it was more. I can't remember what quarter it was, but I was like, geez, they pinged Collingwood for that, but they weren't pinging Geelong.
I thought it was probably one of the better umpired games this week.
Really?
Well, the amount of football I watched this week because I was home, I watched a lot. I reckon that was one of the best umpired games. Like, it wasn't good umpired, but it was the best for the weekend.
Yeah, right. No, I thought it was a bit biased. G'day, George. Compared to what normally is, but I mean, we can always talk about the umpiring. We've made a rule. We're not doing it.
Yeah, not doing it anymore. And it's 14 to 15 the free kick count, so they were even.
They were.
Stevens.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good to see Jeremy Cameron back in form. He's looked good since Hawkins gone out of the side.
Yeah, well, he's the man now, isn't he? He has to get back there. He can't rely on getting up on the wing and kicking it to someone. He's the man that has to be there, has to be running in, has to be the target. So,
yeah, they're actually Geelong's forward line, even like the speed in which they're getting into the forward line since Hawkins went down has been so much better.
well, they're relying on runners coming back with the ball now, which instead of they had that dump kick, they can't use that anymore because they've got no one to dump it to. So they've got to rely on their runners, and they've been hitting those runners coming back.
And
it's really good.
They're really good. Their quick game was good too. They look like they're running rings around Collingwood at stages.
But what a turnaround, hey? It was about 5 or 6 weeks ago. We were talking about Geelong missing finals.
Yeah.
And they're in third.
That string of losses, but yeah.
Now third and flying along, and probably the second best team in the comp at the moment. Second or third.
It's hard to say at the moment. The ladder's so bloody tight. We'll cover off the ladder a bit later, but it's just anywhere from second to 13th is still up for grabs.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And I love it. Absolutely.
Oh, it's good.
Was
it's
it
110%.
Just Brisbane then? They were 9th before that game and got that win and jumped to second, is that right?
No, 4th, I think.
Fourth.
They jumped to 4th.
Yeah, so they're in the top 4 now, which we thought they were always going to be.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a bit worried about the Pies now. I thought they were 2 games they had to win because of their run home. So I'm a bit worried about the Pies now.
I think it's going to be hard for them from here, and I think they might even just put the cure in the rack, get the players healed that they need to heal, and then come out firing next year after a pre-season.
That would be my attack, because even if they limp in, they're going to risk players bringing them back early to try and win finals and possibly hurting them again.
Correct. Yeah, I think they're better off just trying to say the season's over, heal their players, and then come out firing next year, because we know they can do it. They were just ravaged by injury.
They are ravaged, but it's more like in the back line and then in the front line too. But there's in the mid they're still good. Like obviously Pendles and Geordie just come back in like the last 2 games.
Yeah. Got some visitors in the background there.
Yeah, so I'm sorry you can hear that. I got up before to close the door, but it's not helping, is it?
Not helping at all.
What are they doing? They're bouncing out of tune. Yeah,
Why not?
Are they singing or what are they doing?
I think so. I think they are.
Sounded like singing. That's all right. Have fun. Why not?
It's only a few months to the Olivia Rodrigo concert, so they're getting ready.
I know. I missed out. I missed out on tickets. He forgot to tell me when they were getting sold. I would have been there with you.
I was about to call 000 because I heard something.
I would have got your tickets too, but they wouldn't. They'd only let us get 4 at a time.
Yeah, no, I only allowed 4 at a time.
Yeah, that's what I said to you, and it took Haley all day to get on. So.
Yeah, I know. It would have taken me, but I was at work doing nothing, so it would have been fine.
Yep.
Welcome to the ticket show.
That's it. Oh, well, the next game after that, because that was a cracking game for about 3/4 time.
But
the next
game,
game,
chat too to help us go through it.
Yeah, so we've got Hawthorn and the Dockers, and Hawthorn, my God, I think they make finals now, boys. I think they are flying along.
They are flying. They are definitely.
I can't remember where I had them in my predictor.
Well, they're a game out now.
Yep. And that's like I've been hearing it from your wife and me boss, because they're both Hawthorn supporters, and they're going to beat Collingwood next week and jump in the 8th. So.
I've got them missing finals still.
Still missing finals. That's all right. We'll worry about the later. But Hawthorn, they just ran over the top of Dockers.
They did.
I thought the Dockers had a nice little handy break, but then Hawthorn.
And then, after half-time, 3rd quarter, they started clawing their way back in, and I think they even got in front in the 3rd quarter.
Because
the last.
I only watched the second half really though, because I was watching another dreadful game on the other channel. But
we'll just catch up on chat a little bit, boys. Artie's got here Geelong again given freebies. Sorry, I've been saying this. George, Geelong are the old team now. Jolie, go Swans, lol. Artie, but again got Geelong to a flyer. Got Geelong to a flyer and up and about. I think if it was a lesser type team, that's game over after BS umps calls again. Geelong are pretenders / chokers, but have an easier run than usual. And then Artie bring on the Pies.
Well, I don't know where this Geelong hate is coming from.
No,
I
Artie hates
literally
Geelong.
watched this game and thought it was the best umpired game you could get
You know
all
why they
weekend.
hate? I think it's what's it? I don't know. 2009 is or not. I think they probably won that one actually. Very later, and they hadn't made finals. Or except for last year, they didn't make finals. But they've always been around the top. They've won probably the most premierships over the last 20.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely up there. Plus, Geelong and Hawthorn. Every Hawthorn supporter hates Geelong.
This is true because of the Kennett curse, I suppose.
Correct. But yeah, Freo can't play away from home still, or they struggle away from home. They're not as bad as Suns, but Hawks have made Tassie a fortress.
I was about to say that. We probably should have expected it being down in Tassie.
Yep, I did.
Hawks don't lose in Tassie.
I tipped Hawks.
I tipped Hawks.
Oh, I can't remember
No,
what I
you
tipped. I
didn't,
think it
Taz.
was Hawks.
Didn't I?
No, you
That's the
tipped
only
Freo.
one you got
Yeah.
wrong. So we'll touch on that later. It's the only one you got wrong as well.
Sugar. Why did I tip
Biscuits.
against Hawks at friggin' Tassie?
Not at Tassie, yeah, I don't know. I think I did as well, but I also tipped North Melbourne in the next game, but that's just habit.
Bloody silly. I just want to touch on a couple of things for Hawks. Will Day is having a really good year, and he's actually starting to become a very, very good player in that midfield.
So you boys are saying this year, I had him in Supercoach last year and he was dominating.
But he
He's
was
just an
inconsistent last year.
underrated player. Just inconsistent. He'd had one bad game every 6.
Yeah, now he's consistent every week.
No, one bad game every 6 is fine. It
Still
doesn't matter if you have one off every 6.
But just remember, Supercoach doesn't mean that they're good all the time.
Day was killing it last year. I watched a heap of his games because he gave me a lot of wins too.
Yeah.
Good young kid, Day.
And they also threw Sicily forward in the last quarter to
kick 3.
Pop up and kick 3 goals. So he couldn't tackle. There was something to do with his shoulders. So Mitchell made the move to throw him forward, and he caused massive headaches for the Dockers defence.
Which was good little role they can have him for. Little swing man.
Absolutely. Well, he used to play. I think he's kicked a few goals in his career. I'm pretty sure. All right.
Artie's just put in chat. He said, "Good to see Spud wearing a hat."
But only for you, Artie.
He must have missed the start.
Must have missed the start. He did say that right off the bat.
I did.
I missed the memo about the white hats, but sorry, boys.
No,
I'll get that next week.
Yours. I blended them two together. So
yeah, it goes nicely.
Just linking us in.
It just goes from mine to yours.
Yeah, just linking us together.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about your game, Moisty?
Oh, I can talk about this. So Sydney looked awful in the first 25 minutes, and then North Melbourne
have been doing for the last, I don't know, 6-7 rounds.
They looked like a bottom 4 side in that first quarter, and then North just got fumbly, and I think they've played Swans into form. Those last 3 quarters for that second quarter for the Swans, where they put 7 goals on in about 8.5 minutes, and I thought this team's not going to lose again.
Yeah.
That team, like, they were no good until quarter time and then went bang, and they just looked like. And look, you've got Heaney out, and who else was out I think it was Wicks out, and they bring Parker and Mills in.
Yeah.
Did Parker play?
Yeah, Parker played. He was the sub. Played the last
beautiful.
quarter and had 14 touches in the last quarter.
Oh my God. He's too good for VFL.
No, way too good for VFL.
But I don't think you're giving North enough credit for the first quarter they played either, because they were very, very good with their pressure.
Yeah, it was just the sloppiness, which they'll fix.
Yeah. Definitely.
But they were just very, very sloppy.
You guys got pumped in the end by a much better team, but I think there was still good little, as Bolton would say, green shoots to look forward to. And
just on Parker, he's had 13 touches for 4 clearances and 2 goals in the last quarter.
He can't be dropped.
In one quarter of football.
But then who do they drop to bring Heaney back?
Exactly right.
You're not going to put Heaney in the 2s.
And that's what they were saying. That's what they started doing, because the game was over at halftime. They started talking who and that's what they talked about for a half hour. Who do you drop? Who do you put in? What do we do? How do you fix this Sydney team so everyone can play?
It's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
But they looked like Sydney. I feel sorry. And my brother said this to me. He goes, after the Heaney thing, watch out whoever's playing Sydney this week, because they're going to come and fire and they're going to prove a point. And I don't think Yeah, I don't think anyone catches Sydney now. We were a bit iffy there for those last 2 weeks, but after watching them against us, they're just too good.
I think I said it on last week's show. They were the losses that they needed to have.
Yeah, just wake them up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a long season. Teams get complacent. There's still nothing to worry about with Sydney, even after their 2 losses. We know what they can do at their best, and that's what they'll bring come finals.
And that's what they were saying. Their 3 losses have been for a total of like 7 points.
Correct.
They probably got the toughest run home, but like
it's probably a pretty easy run.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll dive into that a bit later.
And just lastly, Papley and McDonald, 4 goals each. McDonald was on fire in that second quarter.
Well, it was
McDonald. Oh, sorry.
Papley was the birthday boy. Though. I did say it pre-game. I'm like, get on him. He's going to have a field day.
Yeah.
You did.
McDonald in the first had 12 touches.
Was it first or second?
No. In the first, he had 12 touches for 3 points. And in the second, he had 6 or 7 touches for 4 goals.
Yeah.
Or 3 goals. So he was everywhere in the first and then everywhere in the second.
That's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
But Sydney had 40 shots, I think. It's impressive. They had, I can't remember what their score was, but it was 20 goals, 18. They've had 38 shots at goal.
Unreal. We've got to keep moving through now.
Yep. We got our. Is it the team that probably has the most Twilight games? Carlton.
Yeah.
Was that Marvel again, wasn't it?
Sorry.
It wasn't. Yes, it was at Marvel.
Might have to turn you up a bit. Hang on.
Bulldogs look mighty impressive.
I sneezed before I moved the mic away.
They looked mighty impressive against Carlton. Carlton sort of come there in that last quarter, and Bulldogs just said, "No, stay away. We're kicking away."
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing, and I said it to you boys as well. This is the thing that frustrates me about the Dogs is 1 week they're terrible. They're like a bottom 4 side. The next week they come out and they're like a top 2 side. You don't know which one's going to turn up. But they are the number 1 team at scoring from stoppage, and Carlton is the lowest. They're number 18 in the comp for defending scores from stoppages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the Dogs just dominated in the midfield.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they did. And when Dogs get it out of the midfield, you've got Bont, you've got Trelaw, you've got
Ugle-Hagan.
Ugle-Hagan. Ugle-Hagan was on fire
this week. He was laid out, wasn't he?
Laid out, was he? But just the ball movement they get out of that centre. I think they even had Sanders in there, and he was even exploding down the middle. And then kicking it to Ugle-Hagan and
that was mainly Ugle-Hagan.
Who's the little fella?
Waitman.
Yeah, didn't he start on the wing? Waitman started on the wing?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, he did. And he took a screamer on Tom Egi.
Huge mark.
That's like me taking a mark on your shoulders, Todd.
No, he's bigger than me.
Yeah, no, but hi, you know what I mean.
And you're smaller than Wakeman, so
exactly. So makes up. No, it's just unreal. Ugle-Hagan was absolutely blanketed for the first quarter and a half of the game by Weitering. Weitering took 5 intercept marks in the first quarter and a half, and then he just changed his game. Waitman identified what was happening, and he actually went forward and started helping Ugle-Hagan out by putting blocks on Weitering and whatnot, and it just changed the game completely.
Yeah.
And the ball movement too going in there. They started realising we can't kick it long anymore. We moved, we shouldered, and then you won out against Weitering on the leads a lot better than jumping on Weitering in the pack. Ugle-Hagan started taking off, so Weitering would jump off and he'd float across in front of the pack, so Weitering's nowhere near him.
Yep. But Ugle-Hagan reminds me of a young buddy. Tom De Koning stuffed up one of the things. He went to grab the ball out of the ruck and it went through his hands.
Straight to Ugle-Hagan.
Ugle-Hagan comes through, picks it up, snaps on the left behind his shoulder. Oh, it was just fantastic. It was
great
such a good goal.
And
just standing on his own, though.
Too. I don't reckon I've ever really seen Buddy take speckies. But
no, Buddy wasn't a pack marker. Yeah.
No, and that's where I think Ugle-Hagan he's going to be a star.
Yeah.
He really is going to be a star. He's just so athletic and so good to watch when he's up and going.
So this was a really rough week for TNT Footy with 3 losses.
3 losses.
I don't think we've all lost every week.
Even Artie's put in chat, no freeze, no Carlton.
Hey, you ease up, mate. You ease up. You know what? If Charlie Curnow hadn't have burnt Cripps in the goal square, it would have been different.
Mate,
but also,
if you want to talk about Charlie Curnow kicking 3 goals, 7.
That's what I was about to say.
Disgraceful.
That is horrendous.
Horrendous. Maybe he's letting Harry catch up. Do you reckon they could take the Coleman Coleman
Oh,
Gunnar.
okay, that's coming up in more.
Oh,
more
okay, sorry about that.
Keep that one on there. And just on that, Carlton won the free kick count, Artie. So
I actually, I didn't mind the umpiring. There was some, same as every game, missed.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it. Stop bringing it up. All right, Crow Saints.
Crow Saints, I didn't watch this game.
Didn't watch it at all either.
I can't watch
I watched-
St Kilda play football.
Me either. And I watched the wet wash that was at Melbourne Essendon. That
Yep,
was pretty
that's
good.
the one I
Oh,
watched
right.
too.
But we'll touch
No,
on
I
this.
saw the I saw some highlights which didn't go for long for the Crows and Saints game. It's good to see Crows trying to finish the season strong. They want to win. Saints have gone backwards. They've gone way, way, way back. I think they're now
Even
15th.
from last week, after like beating like what we got premiership favourites.
Who's that?
St Kilda
Sydney.
beating Sydney last week.
But that was a different style. Now, if this doesn't, they went, I'm guessing, just by the movement and their score, that they went back to their defensive football.
Yeah, they kicked 5-9.
There's no highlights, there's no aggression, there's no run.
No.
And I had my brother in my ear screaming about umpires. So, yes, and they've gone back to their defensive, crappy football, and that's what it's going to do.
Yep.
I think Ross Lyon needs to go. If this is not a dead, they need something.
So yeah, he needs to stick with the fast movement because it's putting them backwards now.
Well,
Hunter
they
Clark had a
made
good-
finals last year.
Yeah, they did, and they played quick footy last year.
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "Oh, this is not Ross's game style."
Yeah,
this is what we're seeing now is Ross's game style. Sorry, Zoe, if you're watching, but Saints are shit.
and it
That's
doesn't.
all my head in.
I don't know. It's not St Kilda that's shit. It's the style of football. Now, look at North Melbourne. They were playing a different style of football. Got to the mid-season. Clarko threw the magnets around. Said, "All right, this is the style we're going to play." And look at the improvement.
Yeah, true.
So obviously, if a game plan's not working, you can change it mid-season, set up for next year. That's what we should be seeing from St Kilda. And when we saw that last week, it's what I thought we were seeing. Yeah, they're going to change it good. They're going to start doing it. But then it just went back.
Yeah, correct. It's really poor, really poor. It was good to see Hunter Clark have his best game of the season. I think he got 21 disposals, 11 contested. But just on the Crows, I know I've mentioned it before, but Saligo's move into the midfield earlier this season has been a masterstroke for them. He just looks like a natural, hard-at-it midfielder. Just a freak. Really good to watch.
Yep.
And just to quickly catch up on chat before we change names. Kerno didn't get enough frees in the goal square. It's simple. Ha from Turtle.
Piss
Also,
off, Turtle.
Turtle put Adelaide, St Kilda, Gold Coast all can't win away from home. Their home ground. DC will never finish top four and will not win a final away from home. And then Artie's put Adam Simpson to Saints.
Ooh.
I'd
Cool.
like that, but I think Simo needs a year off.
Yeah, he needs a bit of... That's all right. Ross has still got another year or two, doesn't he?
I think he does, but I think he needs to go. If St Kilda are serious about winning games of football, they can't have Ross Lyon there next year.
No, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. All right, let's keep moving on. Melbourne and Essendon.
Yeah,
Who wants
this
to
is the
cover it?
wet wash. I'll let
It was.
Egi go.
Well, yeah, Melbourne, I thought were a bit like Bulldogs, you know. They were like winning some games and losing some, but then they had no ruckman. Their best player, Petrarca, was out, and they still got over the Bombers. So
Now,
are the
everyone,
Bombers pretenders? I know
everyone was-
you're on board with them. Sorry, Musty.
I'm on board, but everyone was knocking Melbourne's choice for not going with a ruckman.
I
And
was.
St Kilda went with two, but in wet weather football, Petty was amazing in no ruck because it was a wet weather game.
But they
The
still...
no ruckman worked out.
Van Rooyen and Petty between them got 27 hitouts, and what's his name, Draper got 33. So they didn't even lose the hitouts.
They didn't lose, but that's because in the wet rucks don't matter. You can nearly not play a ruck in the wet because the ball hits the deck and just skids.
Yeah, but hitouts still count.
Hitouts still count, but the hitouts, there's no hitouts to advantage because the ball hits the deck and ruck. You can't just scoop them up unless it's a clean tap. You're nearly better off. What they did, just go on a small, so you got the extra run around the ground, and it helped. You could tell it helped. They were running over the top of them.
Yeah, I just don't rate Essendon.
I do, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
still.
think they're a wet weather football team.
I don't think they're a good football team at all.
We will see, mate. We will see.
I don't know. I've been saying it all season. I'm not sold on Essendon. Looks like Rivers in the midfield is really starting to step up.
And he has been for 3 or 4 weeks.
That's what I
He was
mean,
the
yeah.
man that was going to take over from Petrarca and has taken over from Petrarca.
Yeah, it's good to see him do it consistently because some players go in there for a couple of weeks, they play really well, and then they fall off. I think he's been in there and shown enough now to say, "Yep, I'm part of this midfield crew."
And I think he should stay in there.
And Nick Martin, it looked like, because I didn't watch this game, but it looked like that he tried to do everything he could to try and get Dons the win. Yet he had 26 touches and kicked 4 goals.
Martin, yeah, he's moved to half forward. That's been a good move too because he's been scoring a lot for him.
Yep.
It's huge.
Off the half
Absolutely.
forward.
He's been such a good pickup for them through the mid-season.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Then we had
Essendon can't win in the wet, never been good. Artie had 2 very happy campers here. Go D's. Harper kept screaming all game. Oh, that's great.
Beautiful. Well, then we had the hometown heroes that Gold Coast just cannot lose
the Fortress
at home. They just cannot.
No.
They've beaten what Port Adelaide did to Bulldogs last week. You thought Port Adelaide's going to be the team. They're going to run over the top. But Gold Coast, they just find another gear up there.
Yeah, they do. My brother sent me photos. He was at the game. It was about my nephew, Bassie. I don't know if you're watching, but he's a Port Adelaide supporter, so he wasn't very happy. But yeah, it was such a nice sunny day. They were out there in shorts and t-shirts. That's how good it was.
Yeah, I think Nick was there too, my brother.
Oh, nice.
Yep. He's a Port supporter, so he wasn't too happy with the result.
He wasn't too happy either.
But typical Suns, isn't it?
Yeah, typical Suns. It's just elite from now. They've got GWS in Sydney. Now it's going to be cold and wet next weekend in Sydney. And I can't see Gold Coast winning. Yeah.
No. And plus Giants are playing really good footy at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning. But again, Port's another one of these sides that's inconsistent.
Well, can't travel either.
No, that's true.
They're another one of these sides that can't travel.
Yep. Did you guys see the Rosa incident?
Rosie?
Rosa?
Which one's Rosa?
Plays for Suns.
Yeah, no, I didn't see.
Was it the whack of the head?
Yeah. So his teammate had the ball probably a good few meters away, and he's run past. The Port player's looking at the guy with the ball, and he's run past him and just put his elbow up and hit him in the back of the head. Didn't look like it was too hard, but the action and the intent.
But if Heaney gets a week for that, you've got to rule this one out. This one was intent.
He'll get more than
intent.
He'll get more than a week, is my feeling. And it's not a good look for the game either, at all.
No, it's not. But Gold Coast, mate, that's a fortress. Just give them 15. If AFL want them to play finals, just sell some home games to the likes of St Kilda, North Melbourne, West Coast, and get them 18 games at home, just so they can win 18 games next year.
Pretty much. Anderson was huge again, 29 touches, 11 clearances, 5 tackles, and a goal. So he's definitely in the top quillion of midfielders now.
Yeah, and has been for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Tigers, Giants. I was quite surprised at this. Tigers actually pushed Giants right to the end. Yeah,
right until about the last 5 minutes, I think.
It was fantastic. So Tigers actually had more scoring shots, 24 to 23, but the Giants were so accurate, 17 goals, 6.
Yeah, and that's good football, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what Brozza always says. What was that? Sorry,
yeah,
Egi?
30-something points the difference, but they had the same amount of shots. It was a one-shot difference.
Yeah, correct.
Good kicking's good football.
Absolutely. Hogan's back to his best. I know I said it last week when they beat Carlton, but he kicked another 4 today. And Toby Green kicked 4, and I think he had almost 20 touches. So he's getting up the ground again, like he was early in the season. Mid-season, because he started pretty ordinary. But
he started very ordinary.
The Orange Tsunami is back, and God, it's good to watch when it's not against your own team.
It looks electric, doesn't it?
And their social media is on point too.
I didn't see what happened.
Toby Green must have done like a because Heaney apologized for his singing. Toby Green came out and did like an apology,
he done the same thing about getting fined and said I'd never, because was it Heaney's come out and he said sorry, it'll never happen again. So Toby's come out and he said, sorry about the fine, guys, it'll never happen again. It's gonna be hard, but it'll never happen again. And just like mimicked him.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I love this. Even last year when it was like the
banners.
Yeah, and the preliminary final, like there's a big band.
Yeah,
saying something I can't remember. It was hilarious.
I do love Giants. They've got the best social, and we've said it before, the best social media personality.
But that's what they've got to do because they're the youngest team. They've got to build a following somehow, and it gets a few laughs. So why not?
Absolutely. Sydney
But
weren't too happy about it because I saw a post saying Sydney don't appreciate GWS's thing, but I didn't know what they actually did. Now it
Well,
makes sense.
well, I think they even came out earlier on in the year when I can't remember what Sydney player it was, but when he kicked the goal and they didn't come and congratulate him, I think they were the ones who exposed it as
Wicks.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wicks.
they came out and said, yeah, we get behind our players and they kick a
Yeah.
goal. I remember that.
That was during that Wicks incident
Yeah.
where he was like that rumored stuff. We're not going to go into that. But the
Yeah.
team, he kicked a goal and then you could see the whole team walked away from him and he's running around celebrating, which wasn't a
But
good look.
that was like his second or third goal. They'd already had it in the bag.
It's
The
still not a
first
good look,
goal he
mate.
kicked, they got around him.
Yeah,
They did.
That was the thing. It's a lot of in-house troubles and this, but you still, when you kick a goal, someone's got to come to you.
Yeah.
Every
true.
team, you kick a goal, someone comes and gives you a high five. They were doing nothing, giving him nothing.
True. Very true. Hey, before we get on to the next game, just catch up on chat. Artie agrees, Spud, drug cheating, flogs. Geez, you're in fine form tonight, Artie. Nothing would almost please me more than Essendon missing finals or not winning a final again. And Turtles got humidity and heat is the only way Gold Coast win. South teams can't run 4 quarters in that weather.
Well, we
He's got a
will
point.
see, Turtle, because they're going west. They've got West Coast in a couple of weeks over there, so it's going to be near same conditions.
Yeah, they should win then.
So we'll see if it
When we
Good.
touch on this next game, it was a lot closer
Actually,
than I
that's a
thought it
good
would
point. Very good point. Let's move into it. Let's go. Lions,
next
Eagles.
game. Now, I didn't watch this one, but I did see snippets of it and did hear it in the background with you boys. So I'll let you boys take over.
You go,
Do you want to
Taz.
talk, Egg?
You go, mate.
Far out, Eagles just pushed the Lions to the limit. And it was a huge game for the Lions. It meant everything to them because had they lost, they would have sat 9th outside the 8.
Yeah, and winning takes them to 4th. So they're playing for a top 4 spot.
Crazy, huh? Absolutely crazy scenes. My take out is Neil is definitely in with a chance for the Brownlow again.
I think he's nearly favourite. I've got him nearly on top. Look, no one takes votes from that man up there.
Yeah.
There's no one taking votes. And every week.
Do you know what he's added to his game, though? He kicks goals now.
Yeah, goal kicking. Yeah.
Like, and he's like last week he kicked 2 or 3. This week he's kicked another one. I haven't really taken much notice, but up until
2
the last
this
few
week,
weeks.
mate. 34
2
touches
this week,
and 2 goals with 9 tackles.
Yeah, see, that's huge.
13 clearances, 34 disposals, 19 kicks, 15 handballs, 9 tackles, 2 goals, 1.
You cannot talk about best players in the comp without mentioning him. He's just too good.
He's making him captain each week is getting me over the line in our AFL fantasy draft team.
Gonna trade?
No, I do not. He actually got me the win this week. I think I was at three quarter time. I was 200 something points down, and I ended up winning by 12 points.
Oh, jeez.
I'll throw these stats at you. This is his 2024, where are we? Or 2024 season average stats. He's averaging 1 goal, 29.9 disposals, 5 tackles, 5 marks, and 8 clearances.
Yeah, it's huge.
Is his season average. I don't think you'd find another one in the comp doing that.
No, not at all. And do you know what? He's not a tall guy either. He's not much taller than me. That's short.
He's not a good looking guy either.
He's all right. I'd be a wag for old Neil.
I've also got that in common with him.
But no, elite player. And this game, electrifying game from I watched a few of the highlights before we jumped on. Harley Reid up and about again. I've seen a few runs down the wing. Missed a few targets, but young kid doing young things.
Yeah. Oscar Allen back in the side now. He's like the captain, obviously. It's good that he's getting an injury-free run. He kicked 2 last quarter goals as well to keep the Eagles in touch.
Keep them alive.
And nearly took a mark with a couple of minutes to go. And I reckon he would have slotted it, which would have put them within like 6 or 7 points. So promising signs from the Eagles, though. Even though
that's it. We've got the Eagles, we've got Hawthorn, we've got North Melbourne, Essendon, all coming up, and then you've got St Kilda, Richmond. There's a few others that are on the way down. So I think it's going to be even closer next year. Now, I know that's hard to believe. These 3 teams will probably Hawthorn, North, and West Coast. I think will push their way up the ladder.
Yeah, they should.
As well as Adelaide. Like that's 4 more teams the comp's got to worry about.
Yep, there should be improvement. Absolutely. Has to be. But that's the wrap. We went a little bit over tonight for what we normally do, but I think
just before we move on, I got George Speakley's got, okay guys, got to go, sitting out the back in front of the fire with a couple of beers and has caught up with me. Enjoy.
Cheeky bastard.
And not quite going to bed. And Turtles put Neil has an interview and he stated he takes a part of Nick Dacos into his game now. He said he's never seen a player be so quick and plays the way he wanted to play his own game. But hashtag pious.
We weren't talking about Collingwood, Turtle. All right,
no, we were talking about
been
Neil,
and gone.
He did in an interview. He said he takes
Well, I think he's gone ahead of Dacos, and I think people need to start doing what they're doing to Dacos and tagging him.
Yep.
I still can't believe he doesn't get a tag every week now. He should be. Same with Cripps. There's just some teams you go in with a tagger and say...
But that's a credit to the player, though. Like, that's because Dacos is a good player.
Yeah.
He's a very good player. So... they've got to tag him. All right. Moisty's minute.
Oh, we're up and about.
You know the drill. I'll flick it over. We've got 10 seconds of the intro and then you pick up with your questions. Starting from now.
All right, we're back. Another Moisty's minute. Here we go, boys. Tribunals, is it a joke now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Did North play the Swans into form?
Yes.
Yes.
Collingwood, surely they can't come back and make finals from here.
They can make finals.
I think they can, but I don't think they should.
Can the Blues go 1-2 in the Coleman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The top 8 starting to fall over. We've got Sydney drop a few, Collingwood drop a few, Essendon drop a few, Port Adelaide dropped a few.
Not really. Like, I just think it's so close.
I think it is. And
I know we talk about this a lot, but what did I say? Oh, do you agree with Simo sitting out, or would you have coached the last game?
I do, yeah, because I don't think it was a mutual decision.
I don't mind him. He had his reason.
No, yeah, I wouldn't have coached the last. Do you agree with the Simo sack?
Yes. Yeah, I think it needed to happen.
No.
No. And are the Blues trying to miss finals again?
Fuck you. No, you go first, Egi.
No.
I think it's similar to Sydney. I think it's the losses they needed to have.
The wake up. Well, that's another Moisty's minute. I thought Taz might go on a bit longer with that Carlton hit at the end.
So I was trying to get us in under a minute. We got there though.
I'm trying to bring up the Coleman because I actually don't know where Harry is.
He's about 5 behind, I think.
He's moved into
5
fourth.
goals behind, but he's like 4th spot. Yeah.
He's only three goals behind Jesse Hogan and Ben King, who are both on 45. Bloody hell, that's unreal.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, that's another Moisty's minute. So now we've got my favourite segment of the night. We've got Eggy's Deep Dive.
Eggy's Deep Dive.
Where we're going to take a look and finish up our ladder, which we're going to have to make a few adjustments because we've got a few games wrong.
Just want to say, Matty always is sitting in 23rd spot, brother.
Oh.
Ooh, that's fired. Shot fired.
All right, boys. As we said, it's last night's night, and we look at the final ladder as we dive into the remaining games for Sydney, Carlton, and Freo. Now, a lot of these matchups we've already talked over before, but let's double check them. So next week we got Brisbane v Sydney in Brisbane. What do you reckon there?
Oh, sorry, I was just reading just before we. Oh no, we're good. I was just reading Turtle's message.
I was going to ignore it.
Mole there, and I was like, no. All right, so we got Sydney, Brisbane. I've got Brisbane up there now.
Oh.
Hang on, can I just read out Turtle's message?
Yeah, read it out. Yeah. I was going to, but I was like, that's what got me laughing.
Moisty's minute. 1 yes, 2 yes, 3 yes, bat hard. 4 nope, 5 top 8 is anyone's 8th to 13th is 2 wins from 2nd. 6 and 7, Simo, no and yes. Carlton up hoop.
That's what got me laughing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll focus back here. I've got Sydney beating Brisbane. Sorry, that was a typo.
Oh, yeah, I got Sydney beating Brisbane too.
Yeah.
Yep. What about Sydney Bulldogs in Sydney?
Sydney in Sydney.
Yep. Sydney...
Depends what dogs show up. Like, it's just... I'm going to go Sydney, but...
Port Adelaide and Sydney in Port Adelaide.
Same deal, Port, but I think Sydney.
Yep. Sydney and Collingwood in Sydney.
Sydney.
Essendon and Sydney in Melbourne.
Sydney
by 100.
What was up to now? And then Sydney and Adelaide.
Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah,
I don't see him losing another game.
Yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
them
the
losing another
only-
game either.
The only sort of two that I feel could be 50-50, and it really
Bulldogs and
depends
Port.
on the night, is Bulldogs and Port, because you just don't know what version's going to show up.
Yeah,
And Collingwood might have players back then, but I don't think they beat Sydney in Sydney.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Now we move into Carlton.
So we got North in the first game. Surely
Yeah,
beats
on
Carlton.
Sunday, Arvo.
Well, I don't. I'm biased because I actually don't have them losing another game from now until the end.
Well, we'll tell you which ones they lose, mate. Don't worry.
Yep.
All right.
You play West Coast twice in a row. Does that go down, not across?
Oh
No,
no,
that's just-
that'll be a waffle one. That'll be like not a waffle. What's it? AFLW one that's sort of come out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Just been postponed. Because I can't put up the AFL due to
Yeah, without it. Yeah, gotcha.
what's
Carlton Port Adelaide. We've got Carlton winning that one.
yeah, I got Carlton winning.
Carlton beat Collingwood.
Got Collingwood over Carlton, but as reckons they don't lose again, so that's okay. Carlton v Hawthorn.
See, I think Carlton will win, but Hawks
I think Carlton will win that too.
Hawks have had our measure the last 5 years.
I think West Coast beat them over there in the Judd Cup.
The
I
Judd.
don't really. I think it's Carlton.
I'm going
I don't think they lose. They've probably got the easiest run home now with the injury-ridden Collingwood.
They do,
I-
yeah.
I think they've got the bottom 5 teams.
That's well, I didn't touch into Sydney. Sydney are playing like all the teams except for Adelaide that are playing for the top 8 spots.
Yeah, Sydney have one of the hardest runs home. Carlton have. This is what I was saying pre-buy. Carlton have such an easy run home.
Yeah.
And you watch them drop 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Talking about Carlton missing finals.
If they do that, I'm going to be devastated.
We'll get you a North Melbourne top next year, mate.
Then Carlton v St Kilda, which will probably be at Marvel. It'll probably be there.
It'll be a G, I would have thought. And I've got Carlton beating that one.
I think
Yeah.
it's Marvel.
We don't know yet, or you might be able to know what it is.
I think stadiums we know, but not times.
Yeah.
Give us a second. I'll have a quick look. I'm pretty sure they versed them at Marvel. Marvel, yeah.
I still think Carlton win that one.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If Ross Lyons sacked round 22, St Kilda win that round 23,
True.
24.
True.
24.
All right, now we move into Freo. Freo and Melbourne.
Freo.
Rio.
Freo West Coast.
See, this can go either way. Over.
Well, it can because West Coast beat them by 90 over there last time.
Yeah. I'm going to go Freo, though, for
I'm going to go
revenge.
Freo, yeah.
I'm with Freo. Essendon versus Freo.
I'm going Essendon for that one
Yeah,
over
it's-
here.
Freo.
Miss out. Majority votes. Freo Geelong in Freo.
I've got Geelong
Yeah, we had
in the
Geelong.
form they're in. I
actually
don't think we did. I think we had Freo,
Oh, did we?
but
Yeah.
I'm changing it. Yeah.
I think that's at Freo's home, so I think Freo.
All right.
Who do you think, Eggy?
I thought Geelong.
Geelong? Yep, Geelong it is.
It is? No. Yeah, no, that's right. What else do we got? GWS Freo.
GWS.
GWS in GWS.
Yep.
Their form's good again.
Then we got Freo and Port Adelaide.
I got Freo.
That's how
So 6.
So I think I went Geelong would beat Freo over that. So this is the latest sets. We've got Sydney in first with 80 points. Then Carlton in second with 68 points. Geelong in third with 64 points. And GWS in fourth with 60 points. Then it gets the fifth and sixth with Freo both on 58, and Essendon in seventh on 58. So it all comes down to percentage there. Then we've got the Suns in at 52 with Port Adelaide at ninth on 52. We've got Western Bulldogs, Collingwood tied on 10th and 11th with 48, and then Hawks on 40.
I
Oof.
don't know how we have Brisbane missing the top 4. They're in the top 4 now. They're not going to get run down.
Well, I think last week we said Collingwood would beat Hawks, but now I think you always might have changed that tip too, have you?
Yeah.
Tassie still on the
What was that one?
We had
Collingwood versus Hawthorn.
we had Collingwood beating them, but I think we've gone.
Yeah.
We better go the other way now.
I've gone Hawks now.
Yeah, so now even Collingwood dropped down to 12th, and it puts Hawks into 11th on majority votes. But follow our socials this week, as we're going to give out our own tips.
We're going to do our own predictors and get
Yes.
them on TikTok and socials and get them pumping around to what we think from now on in.
How are you going to do it, Todd? It means you got to log into Instagram, mate.
No,
I was
I'm
gonna
doing
send you the
TikTok.
picture.
You're going to
He's gonna
throw
send you the
from
picture.
Insta. We all know, we mentioned it earlier in the show, Tassie's the Instagram man, I'm the TikTok man.
All right.
Let's catch up on
Yeah.
chat. And he's got the world's game, the real football Euro final on tomorrow morning, boys. Spain v England.
I might have to change, Charlie, just because of the way this AFL season's going.
Yeah, I reckon Spain will win that.
I reckon Spain will win too. Artie's got losing round 22, Spud.
Artie, we're watching that game together. Actually, you boys are welcome to come if you're on. It's on a Sunday afternoon. We're going to meet somewhere halfway between here and where we're going to be living. So,
What's that in?
For August.
Halfway between what, Sydney and...
oh wait, what date's that?
11th for August.
No, yeah. So we're here still. Yep.
So when are we... Say that again, halfway between your house and Seymour. So you're going to meet in Wandong.
No, halfway between where Artie lives and where our new place is going to be.
Where's Artie live?
I'm not going to say why we're live on.
Oh,
live.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
But, so
Where are we meeting?
Which sort of pub is about halfway for you?
I don't know. I haven't even researched.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, everyone, we're going to a pub somewhere in the vicinity of
On the
Victoria.
11th at August, yeah.
On the 11th
It
of
might not
August.
even be Victoria. It could be halfway to Tasmania.
1:10
It could be on the
PM.
spirit of Tasmania. We don't know yet.
Nah, it's too hard to watch the footy on that TV.
All right,
Oh,
Eminem.
that's great. All right, let's keep moving. Where are we at?
Oh, we're at my favourite. Actually, before we kick off, Eggy's deep dive might be missing next year. I'm thinking I might change it to a Brownlow where we each individually go through each round and we do get our Brownlow votes for each game. We can
Oh,
keep an eye-
3-2-1s.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, keep an eye on that because if you want us to deep dive into them, you can just throw it out in the viewers' questions. We can have it.
And we'll do a deep dive there.
So let me know your thoughts if you're keen on that. But yeah, we've still got 6 weeks to go.
Can we
I'm
do
keen
both?
on that. Yeah. No, we can't do both.
Nah,
That's too
jeez,
hard.
the Brownlow. If we go for each game and get our Brownlow vote, it's gonna go.
That's like a 20-minute vote, yeah.
I'm just gonna stick it on the end of results.
Yeah, no, that's all right. All right, let's do it. Viewers'
Let's do it.
questions. 3 this week.
Oh, 3.
We're going to start with Turtle. So, should have Tom Stewart been taken off Friday night for concussion protocols? Schultz was off instantly and both players went down at the same time and both didn't get up for a minute or more. I must say, I actually can't remember that incident.
It was. I remember Tom Stewart's was like halfway through the fourth, or maybe near the end of the fourth. And I thought, like, because of concussion protocols, he should be off. But I don't think it mustn't have been a concussion. So because he was on, because I thought there wouldn't be enough time for him to come back on. But obviously there was. He was on
Yeah,
within
now
5
it's-
minutes. He was because you got to give 15 or 20 minutes, don't they?
It's 20
20
minutes. It's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I don't understand, and this is where I reckon they should make the move, and it would stop people faking head injuries too. If you're caught head hitting the ground or that, it's instant protocol. That's the way it should be. So it would have stopped May from doing that dive and swinging his head back. But instant head knocks, that's it. If we're taking it serious, instant head knocks. I don't care if it looks like he concussed or not, because we know about delayed concussions now. We know about all that. So if they want to stamp it out, instant head knock should be off for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Until
I actually
you
agree
know.
with that. And there was a moment in the Carlton game where Kemp and another Carlton player actually collided heads in a marking contest, front and into the back of the Carlton player. They both went to the ground. They were there for about 25 seconds, I think, 30 seconds. Then they both got up. They were both rubbing their heads and they ran off and kept playing. Like they didn't actually get taken off for concussion protocols. I actually thought they both should have been taken off.
Yeah.
And that's Carlton players.
Yeah, I don't know if we like 20-minute one's a bit severe, but take it immediate thing you have to be taken off and assessed. If they assess there's no concussion, fair enough, get back on, even if it's only 5 minutes.
Well, I think that's what they did to Tom Stewart because I'm pretty sure he was taken off straight away, and then they had a look at him and he was back on with him.
Maybe they did assess him like that, but yeah, I don't know. I think it should be an instant protocol when your head has any accident because they want to stamp this out. They want to get rid of it, so just do it properly. 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes is a bit much, but that's what they reckon they need, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, to do full tests. So if it's like a innocuous head knock, take them off. Do a quicker assessment somehow. I don't know if that's possible. Not in the medical industry.
It might not be possible. Yeah,
but yeah, yeah, that's my thoughts. But yeah, I didn't see it, so I can't really comment on it. Sorry, but I think you guys have commented on it in enough detail. Just let us know, Turtle. You're in chat.
Yeah, or anyone else? Your thoughts on it? There are a few Pies supporters.
Absolutely. All right. We got one from you, Mr. Egi.
We do. Do you want me to read my own question? Oh no, here you go.
Was Heaney robbed of the Brownlow? What other options should they have? What other options should they have for Brownlow? A suspension automatic rule out is looking steep for today's game.
Well, I heard someone talk about this. I think it was John O'Brien. And yes, I do believe if he wins it, he was robbed. I don't know if he's winning it yet because there's a lot of people.
Yeah, but this goes into the thing as well. Like, if he's in front after round 16, when you think about it now, like he might drop himself because he knows he's out of contention. I don't think umpires give votes now because he's out of contention. Yeah, see, even that too. Even the umpires may not give votes.
Yeah, but my way and what Jono said, and I think this is perfect. You get rid of 1 week suspensions. From now on, 1 week suspensions are $10,000-$15,000. He said make it salary based. So if you're $1 million player, you get more than a $300,000 player, but minimum $5,000 fines and work the way up from that. Because 1 week suspensions are every week now for little minor hits, but $15,000 is going to do the same thing. You lose $15K when you're only making 90. You're still going to stop doing it, and then just start from 2 week ones. And just have 2 week suspensions and more, and then raise the fine for 1 week suspension because it's happening too often.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was feeling. Oh, sorry, Tess.
You're right. I was going to say, and they're not going to change the rules of the Brownlow because they want it to be the best and fairest as such. But I think that with the focus on the head, something needs to give.
And let me put another one to you now. Toby Green has $35,000 worth of fines and is still eligible for the Brownlow. And also Jimmy Webster, who has been suspended for 7 weeks this year, can still win the Brownlow this year.
Because it was
a practice match. He can still win the Brownlow this year and it's not classified. So someone who's missed a quarter of the season due to suspension is eligible, but someone who accidentally hit someone and misses a week isn't.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Your one that said for John O'Brien says, what I was feeling, sort of thinking about, was like a demerit points thing, like your driver's license. Say like 1 week suspension is 1, 2 week suspension is 2 demerit. You have it like set at 2. As soon as you get like two weeks or 2 1 week suspension,
you're out. So you get one drive by.
And if you get 2 weeks, or if you get 1 2 week suspension,
you're out. So yeah,
I don't mind that.
Just give a little wiggle room so it's not every week. Because they went through it. Crip shouldn't have his Brownlow. There's a lot. They went through about 10 or 13 names that shouldn't have a Brownlow if we're going from this.
Yeah.
It's like 8 years straight, the Brownlow medal should have been rubbed out.
Well, you've also got players in the early to mid 2000s that should have won a Brownlow that didn't because they had a suspension as well.
Yeah, but it was harder to get suspended then. So those suspensions were okay. But what they're more saying is this 1 week suspension, if you go back through the Brownlow, there's about 13 players that don't win their medal because of acts like that.
Oh, true. Very true. Yep. No, good question, Egi. And I like the demerit point thing.
Yeah, no, that's real good, that one. Then you get one sort of warning.
Yeah, you get one sort of warning, and then if that happens, see,
because you won't see Heaney do that for the rest of the season now.
You won't see him do that in the next 3 years. He's a very fair player. So, but it's going to change the way he plays because he was going to push off the player.
And Webster slipped, so it's
Yeah,
when he's looked for contact, he's hit head instead of.
correct.
So he
Correct.
won't push in the chest anymore on a lead.
That's right. Unless he's
And that's what they're saying. It's
close to-
forward craft. Like people have been doing it for 30 years.
Exactly. All right, we've got to keep moving. Carlton_flaggers 2024. Anything to worry about for the Blues? I'll let you two answer because you know my answer to that.
Next week, yes, they've got probably the toughest team in the league next week to beat. So next week they've got a bit of drama, but they're still going all right.
Yeah, I reckon they're going fine. I reckon, yeah. Last year they lost six. They lost 6 in a row. They come out and they got out to a flying start in a preliminary final. Almost taken down.
They lose 6 in a row this year, though. They don't make finals.
Yeah,
They drop 4 more games. They
I
don't
reckon
make
they're
finals.
looking a lot better this year. I reckon.
But they've got the easiest run home. We just went through it. They're playing the bottom 4 sides. I don't think they miss finals from here.
Don't go the early crow, Todd.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
North Melbourne by
You heard it here, folks. All
Carlton by
all the
100
Carlton
next week.
Supporters come for them.
All right, we've got to keep moving.
All right.
All right.
Tipping.
Tipping. We are tipping. Now, our very own Taz Speech almost took it out this week, but he opted to tip Freo over the informal Hawks. But he even said surprised he didn't tip the Hawks over Freo in Tassie. But that being the case, it's jackpotted $20 this week. But a quick shout out to ASPN Fan is now taking the lead on 103. We've got Houstonian also. Sorry to look away from the camera. I didn't realise I didn't have it up on the other thing. We've got Aprillian, Carl Blues in 4th, Perthian Foods, Paradox, The Black Flash, Platinum, Go Cats in 9th. And then we've got Big Will I Am in 10th. That's me, if you didn't really already know. And Haley Jane in 11th. Yeah, so Carlton
Did you
Blues.
tip against Carlton?
No, I didn't tip.
Tassie, you are the worst
he does.
team supporter in the league.
Mate,
I've not once tipped against North Melbourne all year. We've won 2 games.
Taz always tips against them because they always seem to win. So,
this week I had a feeling Dogs were going to win. So I went with them.
You're a terrible supporter.
What did that move? I don't even know what that moved you up to. You were pretty far down the trap.
I think I had a lot to make up.
Yeah, you did. Well, G-Rod's dropped down to 24th.
Her and Dunny have fallen off a cliff. I mean, they were on the edge winning this comp, and they've just gone, no, I don't want to be here. They're straight off the edge of the cliff. Right? Don't know where they're going, but they've gone backwards.
Yeah, they have.
I moved up 9 spots.
Oh, nice.
Not too bad.
Oh,
Not too bad. But that's it.
It's still anyone's game. I think it's only about a few points down to 20th. So
I'd be about 30 behind, so don't worry about me.
I'm tipping Adelaide against Essendon Friday night. Sorry, Dunny.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, rough one. But as always, make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Don't forget to like all those videos and keep an eye on the TikTok and Twitter this week and the Instagram for our own ladders.
Yes.
And see where we've all got Collingwood. I think it's going to be bottom 12 for a lot of us.
Yeah, but I've been trying to look into a broadcast channel for the Instagram, but I don't think we have enough followers because only a certain amount of people are being able to have broadcast channels. And that way, I thought it'd be easier to be able to give out our tips each week and maybe give you some voice comments as well. And
we'll just have to do a giveaway.
We will have to do a giveaway.
Don't forget also the shops. I think Tassie said he wanted to do a shirt because our last shirt giveaway failed, so we might look at that in the last few weeks about giving one of those away.
Talk about that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should definitely. But as always, thank you everyone for stopping by and commenting and having fun with us. We love it.
We're only a minute over. I thought we were long gone when we were going through the weekly
like 3 minutes to
fixture.
go. You've got tipping yet.
I hurried us through a bit. I was like, come on, let's go.
It's dinner time.
All right, boys. Thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Let's hope next weekend's another explosive round of footy.
Go Blues.